Hello, this is Geometry, Topic 1-7, the conclusion on our algebra review. We're going to be putting everything together. So this is just a culmination of topics 1 through 1, all the way to 1 through 1-6. So we're going to work on everything. First thing is we need to solve. In order to solve, we need to distribute. So the negative 8 times 4 and the negative 8 times 9. That gives us a negative 32 minus 72x equals, take this 7 and distribute it, negative 14 minus 77x. Well, now I need to get all of my x's to one side. I'm going to go ahead and add 77x to both sides. That gives me a negative 32 plus 5x equals a negative 14 because those cancel. Now I need to add 32 to both sides. Those cancel. We're left with 5x equals negative 14 plus 32 equals 18. Divide both sides by 5, and we get that x equals 18 fifths, or 3.6. Let's go ahead and have a look at example number 2. Again, we need to distribute that 4. That gives us 8a minus 32 equals 1/7 times 49 would be 7a plus 1/7 times 70 would be 10. Get all of our a's to one side by subtracting 7a. We get that a minus 32 equals 10. Add 32, and a equals 42. Example number 3 brings up inequalities. We solve them much the same way. We have 8n minus 10n gives us a negative 2n plus 2 is less than 20. We subtract 2 from both sides. Negative 2n is less than 18. Divide by negative 2, and n is greater than negative 9. Because we divided by a negative number, we had to flip our sign. So I'm going to put 0, 9, negative 9. I'm going to circle the negative 9. It does not get filled in because this is does not have an equals bar. And we're going to shade to the right. Moving on to example number 4. We have a system of equations. There are several ways to solve these. I want to go ahead and solve these by substitution because I see a Lone Ranger. So x minus 3y equals 16. If I add 3y to both sides, I get that x equals 16 plus 3y. Plug this back into my other equation. So 4 times 16 plus 3y minus y equals 9. Distribute the 4. We get 64 plus 12y minus y equals 9. So 64 plus 11y equals 9. We subtract the 64. 11y equals negative 55. Divide by 11, and y equals negative 5. We plug that back into our original equation over here. X equals 16 plus 3 times negative 5. X equals 16 minus 15, so x equals 1. So it's 1, negative 5. And so that's the answer for number 4. Again, I use substitution here. You could very easily have used elimination, or you could have graphed these. Example number 5. We're given a word problem. We just want to set up the system of equations. We don't need to solve it. So Jimmy is buying sandwiches for himself and his friends. He bought 4 turkey sandwiches and 3 ham sandwiches, spending $19.35. The next day, he bought 5 turkey sandwiches and 2 ham sandwiches and spent $18.70. Well, T is going to be for the turkey, and H is going to be for the ham. So 4 turkey plus 3 ham cost him $19.35. And 5 turkey plus 2 ham was $18.70. And there they are set up. It did not want you to actually solve. It just wanted to know what system of equations could solve. Moving on to number 6. Well, in order to solve this quadratic equation, I'm going to move everything to one side. So 0 equals 3x squared minus 8x minus 2. So we're going to put that into y1, and we're going to put 0 into y2. 3x squared minus 8x minus 2, 0. From here we're going to calculate and find our intersections. Notice our graph crosses the x-axis twice. For first curve we enter, second curve we enter. For guess, we're going to make sure we're close to one of our intersections and hit enter. And it tells us about negative 0.23. Zero. Let me double check my graph. 3x squared minus 8x minus 2, yes. Then we're going to find the other one, doing the same steps, first, second, but for guess, we're going to scroll over here, hit enter, and it's going to tell us about 2.90. So our solutions are the x are about negative 0.23 and 2.9. We did not get exact answers for this. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next example. Here we've launched a rocket and they have graphed it for us. We have height at time, and we know this is probably going to be feet. And time we're going to assume are in seconds because it's just a small rocket. So when will the rocket be 20 feet from the ground? So we come over here to 20. We cross our graph twice, once at 0.5 seconds, and again at 2.5 seconds. I think those are decimals in there. They might not be, but I believe that I see decimals. If not, then it would be 5 seconds and 25 seconds. And this just depends on if there's a decimal or no decimal down here. And I see one when I squint real close, but I may just be seeing things. Let's go ahead and take a look at example number 8. What is the effect of this graph when it's changed to this? So the difference is that a positive 3 becomes negative 6. And how do we do that? We do that by subtracting 9. So we moved 9 down. And our last example, example number 9, we want the equation of this line. So we're going to go to our calculator, go to Stat, Edit. The x value is going to L1, the y value is going L2. -8, -2, 6, -8, -5, -1. We quit. Stat, calculate a linear regression. R equals 1. So the linear regression checked out. And so our equation is that y equals 0.5x minus 4. And so this finishes up the unit on review of algebra. Good luck on this assignment. Have a good day.